The winds howled like wolves beyond the wall, a symphony of ice and fury. The wildlings, 100,000 strong, massed like a storm cloud. They were a wild force, a tide of humanity driven by desperation and fear. For generations they had lived beyond the wall, a land of frozen wastes and ancient magic. Now, with winter approaching like a predator, they sought refuge in the south. Leading them was Mance Rayder, the king beyond the wall, a man who had united the disparate wildling clans under his banner. On the other side of the wall stood the Night's Watch, a brotherhood sworn to defend the realms of men. Their numbers were few, their resources meager, yet they held the wall with unwavering courage, a thin black line against the encroaching darkness. The stage was set for a clash of civilizations, a battle for survival against overwhelming odds. But unknown to the wildlings, a new player had entered the game. Stannis Baratheon, brother to the late King Robert, had heeded the call to arms. With a small but seasoned force, he marched north, a storm of steel and fury. He was a man of iron will, a seasoned commander with a reputation for ruthlessness and unwavering determination. The Battle of Ice, as it would come to be known, was more than just a clash of arms. It was a battle of ideologies, of order versus chaos, of civilization against the wild. And at its heart stood Stannis Baratheon, the man who would defy the odds and etch his name in the chronicles of Westeros. Stannis Baratheon was not a man known for his warmth or charisma. He was a man of duty, of unyielding principle and unwavering resolve. Where his brother Robert had been a warrior king, a charismatic leader who had won the Iron Throne through strength of arms, Stannis was a strategist, a master of logistics and battlefield tactics. He saw the battlefield as a chessboard, and he moved his pieces with cold, calculating precision. His army, though small, was a well-oiled machine. He had the knights of his own house, fiercely loyal and heavily armored. He had the foot soldiers of Dragonstone, hardened by years of war. And he had the sellswords, mercenaries who fought for gold and glory, their loyalty bought and paid for. Stannis understood the wildlings' strengths and weaknesses. He knew their ferocity in battle, their skill in the wild, but he also knew their lack of discipline, their tendency to break ranks and charge headlong into the fray. He would use their strength against them, lure them into traps, and break them upon the anvil of his iron will. The wall was more than just a physical barrier, it was a psychological one as well. For the wildlings it represented an insurmountable obstacle, a symbol of the South's might and their own exclusion. For Stannis it was a strategic advantage, a natural fortress that he would use to channel the wildling horde into a killing ground. He positioned his forces with care. Archers lined the top of the wall, their arrows raining death from above. Catapults hurled stones and barrels of burning pitch, turning the battlefield into an inferno. Stannis had transformed the wall into a weapon, a bulwark against the tide of wildlings. The wildlings, accustomed to fighting in loose formations, found themselves hemmed in, their numerical advantage negated by the terrain and Stannis' strategic brilliance. They attacked in waves, a chaotic mass of fury and desperation, only to be cut down by the disciplined volleys of Stannis' forces. Section 4. Fire and Blood. The wildlings meet the fury of Stannis' army. The wildlings fought with the fury of cornered animals, but their courage was no match for Stannis' disciplined might. The knights of House Baratheon, their armor gleaming in the firelight, smashed into the wildling ranks, their swords reaping a bloody harvest. The foot soldiers, their shields interlocked, stood firm against the onslaught, their spears a forest of death. Stannis had unleashed the full fury of his army, and the wildlings, overwhelmed and outmatched, began to falter. Their ranks broke, and they fled in disarray, pursued relentlessly by Stannis' forces. The snow-covered battlefield was stained crimson with the blood of the fallen. Section 5. The Red Woman's Shadow, Melisandre and the Unseen Hand of Magic. Amidst the chaos and carnage, a solitary figure stood atop the wall, her crimson robes billowing in the wind. Melisandre, the Red Priestess, chanted words of power, her ruby necklace pulsing with an eerie light. She had foreseen Stannis' victory in the flames, and she had used her dark magic to aid his cause. Whether her magic had swayed the tide of battle or merely bolstered the spirits of Stannis' men was a matter of debate. But her presence on the battlefield, a beacon of otherworldly power, had unnerved the wildlings and filled Stannis' soldiers with a sense of destiny. Section 6. Victory Forged in Ice and Fire, the Legacy of the Battle of Ice. As dawn broke over the blood-soaked battlefield, the true extent of the carnage became clear. The wildling host had been shattered, their dreams of conquest dashed upon the ice and snow. Mance Rayder, the king beyond the wall, was captured, his reign brought to an abrupt end. The Battle of Ice was a decisive victory for Stannis Baratheon, a testament to his strategic brilliance and the unwavering discipline of his soldiers. It had secured the wall, at least for the time being, and cemented Stannis' reputation as a formidable commander. But the victory had come at a cost. Thousands lay dead, their bodies swallowed by the snow. And though the wildling threat had been contained, a greater danger loomed in the shadows, a darkness that threatened to engulf all of Westeros. The Battle of Ice was but a prelude, a taste of the horrors that were to come. Hey everyone, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss any of our new videos. Let's get started. Subscribing is super simple. Just click the red button below. All done? Awesome. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and tell your friends. See you in the next one. Bye.